Welcome to the second video in part 2 of this tutorial. So in this video you will learn how to install Anaconda. So Anaconda, this is a Python distribution it which simplifies the package management. So you will use it to install Python and the Jupyter Notebook and the Jupyter Lab on your, like here I will show it for Windows 10. And then you will later use it to install like any package that you would like, most of the packages that you would like need for your Python to, as you will need them. So the outline of this video, you will first learn how to install Anaconda, Python, Jupyter Notebook. Like once you install Anaconda, this will be all included, and I will show you like Jupyter Notebook and Jupyter Lab, and then I will show you like how to create a shortcut to launch Jupyter Lab and Jupyter Notebook. Like so, in case you don't want to launch them from the Anaconda navigator, you can directly launch them from the shortcuts, and then I will take you to like a shortcut to Jupyter, like basic like Jupyter Notebook and its extension. So basically Jupyter Lab, it extends Jupyter Notebook by adding like some other functions that would be very helpful. And then I will, as usual, I will show some useful links for topics that I covered. Okay, so let's go with the installation. So the installation of the Anaconda, that's like very simple. You go to anaconda.com and you see products, individual editions. Okay, and then you keep going down here. Okay, and like this is like, so Python like the ones that's available now for Windows 3.8. so like we'll do this one somehow slow. Okay, so you see here it is please wait while the setup is loading, so it's verifying the installer. Okay, so welcome to Anaconda 2020 Byte setup. You click next, set like this, accept the license, so yeah, agree. Just me if you want to do this, and then here you select the folder, and I think it will tell me that this folder already because I already have it installed. Let's put A for example, then you click next. Here it will like ask you advanced option like add Anaconda to my past environment developer or register Anaconda as my default Python 3.8. So this is like generally if you installed this before, then don't select this one. If you are installing it for the first time, then select this one. So in any case, I mean, it's just safe to go here, and then you click install and it will install it. So I will cancel it because I don't install it again. You should really want to, yeah. And then once you install it, you can you'll have like something like Anaconda here like this. You'll find like the Anaconda navigator, the Anaconda prompt, spider, and other things. So like if you go to the Anaconda navigator, for example, from here you can launch your Jupyter Lab, you can launch your notebook, you can launch the spider. So if we will launch like, let's see, the Jupyter notebook, so you say launch. So here it's starting. Okay, so now this is like your Jupyter Lab. You can open a new file or an existing one. So let's open an existing one. So let's put 3SM, for example, simulation, Python codes, benchmark number one. This is opening my Jupyter notebook. Okay, so in the Jupyter notebook, you see like this part is like kind of a markdown. This is like a code. Let me show you like an example. Like, so if you want to add like a new cell, so you add here a new cell. This is a code cell. So a code cell basically like, let's say 1 plus 3. And then you click Control and Enter. Tells you it's like 4. Okay. I mean, and you can write like any code you want, like you can say A is equal to 1, B is equal to 3, C is equal to A plus B, and then print C, for example. Okay, then you get like 4, so you can write any code you want. You can make it like this is a code cell. You can change it to a markdown cell, and as a markdown cell, you can write like, for example, this title number 3, and then text. Okay, and then okay, here you have a title and the text, and if you want to move this cell up, you go here, you move it up, you move it down. If you want to delete it, then you click double D, DD, and then it deletes this cell, double D, delete this cell. So you'll have something like this where you can, an environment that you can use for working with Python. So now you have Python is working. Uh, let's see. So this is the Jupyter notebook. I will show you now. You can launch Jupyter Lab from here, but the thing is, like, if you want to launch it from here, then you have first to launch the Anaconda Navigator and then launch it from here. You can, it's easier. I find it's easier to like create a shortcut like this one. So here, if I click on this shortcut, it will directly launch the Jupyter Lab for me. So how to create this shortcut? I will like show you now how to create this shortcut. So let me show you one more thing, like the Anaconda prompt. This is what you will use to like install, like if you want to install new packages, then you install it from here. If you want to launch Jupyter Lab, for example, or Jupyter Notebook, you can launch them from here. So I will launch, for example, Jupyter Lab now. So to launch Jupyter Lab, you just like Jupyter Lab. Then you click Jupyter Lab. Okay. It should be launching now. So this Anaconda prompt, that's what you will be like using when you install new packages, and if you want to launch a Spider, if you want to launch Jupyter Lab, if you want to launch Jupyter Notebook. So computer is somehow slow. So now it's launching. It has like 3 Python kernels that are loading, and now it should start workspace. Okay, so now like this is like your Jupyter Lab here. Like I have MATLAB also, and I have like these are different Python kernels. Let's see, like let's go to, like you see here, you have this file navigator, which is nice. So let's go to the E3SM, for example, and my simulation, buy some codes, and let's see, here is a tutorial. If I want to open this tutorial, so like now you see it's the same thing that we saw with Jupyter Notebook, but now you can open like another one, for example. So you have you can like have like different tabs, and each one will have like a new file or a new Jupyter book that could be opening. You can view like CVS file, like for the CSV file. So like you see the CSV file, you can view it. You can so it has like all you can open here if you would like. If you go to the launcher, you can open like in new one. You can launch a new one. So you have like all these features. You can add a new counselor for this notebook. So here you have like, okay, you can see like 3 plus 4, for example. Here you click Shift Enter, then you get the answer. Okay, so I mean you can have like so it's nice. It's like it's a web development environment where you have like all these extra feature. Also, there is like if you like to use something different than this web development, like you have Spider. So Spider here's just like another. This is an integrated development environment where like you have the editor here, you have the console here, you have like the console here, you have the variable explorer and plot. Like so, for example, if we run this script, you can see like here it has print some output on the console and like some figures. It brought out some figure. You have like all the variable. Like if you want to, this like this is like a 1D array. You can like see the value like here. This is like a 2D array, for example, and you see it has like a nice. You can like display the variable explorer, and you can display each variable, and you can see here's the files. So this is like another integrated development environment. So and here let's see like how to create like shortcuts. So to create a shortcut, that is like what you can do. You can get like your Anaconda prompt. You can drag it to your desktop. Okay, and once it is here, you like this shortcut will launch the Anaconda prompt. So here, like this target, it will basically launch your Anaconda prompt. And when you launch your Anaconda prompt, what you want to do again is like to launch Jupyter. So you like here, you write Jupyter. If you want to create a shortcut for Jupyter Notebook, you write here Jupyter Notebook, but here you want to create the shortcut for Jupyter Lab, so you like Jupyter Lab, and then you exit. Okay, then you exit, you click apply, you click OK. Okay, so that should be a shortcut for like a Jupyter Lab. Like you can make it more beautiful by changing this to some of the. Oh, now what you can do, you can. Oh, it's working. So now it's like you can go to properties. Okay, so you see the shortcut is launching. It's working. You can go to property. You can change icon. And I already downloaded this. Like the link is below to where you can download this icon, and I stored it usually. And, so here, like you will find this in your computer. Like if you go to user, like the username, the Anaconda, the library side package, Jupyter Lab, and static, and then here you'll find like this icon. This is like one of the existing one, and this is the new ones that I added. So you click OK, and then you click apply, click OK, and then maybe you want to change it to rename this to, let's say, Jupyter Lab. Okay. Okay, so now it is you have your Jupyter Lab icon. You can drag it where you like. So yeah, so that's how you can install like Python, which you will like need for this tutorial, and how to create a shortcut that you can directly use to open your Jupyter Lab. And yeah, in the next tutorial we will like learn how to use Python and to download the data Earth system model data from Earth System Grid Federation ESGF. So it will be in the next video. So yeah, these are like the useful link. Like I added the link for like where you can download and install Anaconda, and here's this is a link where if you want to get like this Jupyter Lab icon. So in the rest of this tutorial, like in the next 3 videos, this is where we will start like the actual coding. So we'll learn how to download the Earth system data for single models and for a different like multiple ensemble of same model, and then if we have like so many models and many ensemble, like how can we handle like this data. Okay, so that would be like the next 3 video. Okay, thank you very much, and see you in the next video.